Well, hello. Thanks for dropping by, checking out the channel. Today, I'm looking at the Fender Vintera precision bass. Fender has made countless versions and reissues of the P bass. If you play bass, if you know anything about the history of bass, you got an idea what how it worked. You know, Leo Fender came out with the precision bass in 1951. Totally different from this. Had a slab body, single pickup. Slowly but surely, he evolved it until 1957. He settled on this design, and yes, almost exactly this design. Contoured body. It was either alder ash or pine. A split humbucking pickup, and a gold anodized pickguard, and volume and tone controls. This is your classic Fender precision bass, the standard by which all others are judged. This one is what they call the Vintera. This is a 2021 model. I think they came out with it in 2021. What is Vintera? Vintage era, I guess, is what it means. It's Fender's latest way of calling back to their older instruments. They have a whole line of it, so they've Strats and Tellys and jazz basses and a P bass. I think they have a 60s and a 50s. I may be wrong on the 60s, but I think they have a 50s and a 60s. But the 50s Vintera is meant to be just like a 50s, 1957, 58 jazz bass. 1957, 1958 precision bass. Let's get that straight. So the specs are pretty straightforward. Maple neck, very big and chunky maple neck. Deep C, I believe, is what they call this style in the circles. Remember, the person grabbing the bass, she grabbed it and she, oh, this neck. And yeah, if you're used to modern basses with thin, spindly necks, you're gonna have a little bit of adjustment on this baby. This is what people call the baseball bat neck. There you go, nice and thick and chunky. It feels wider than it really is. Nice big wide spacing. It's a relatively flat radius. I forget. I think it's a 12-inch. And your standard, what is it, 1.75 inch nut. In keeping with the original. So this is the 75th anniversary. So it's 2021, 1946, being when Fender started. But it has reverse tuners. So that'll screw you up. If you have more than one bass on the gig and you're going to tune up this one, you're going to tune down instead of up, or tune in the opposite direction of where you want to go. But they're very authentic looking, nice and big. Like I said, reverse geared. So you turn it the opposite direction of where you expect it to go. The bridge is just like the standard vintage bridge, with the saddle having all the grooves. Totally adjustable, nice and standard, bent metal bridge. Anodized pick guard. So it's aluminum, anodized aluminum pick guard. Initially, I think it might have had something to do with helping with the shielding. I don't know if it did or not, but it's a little funky sometimes to get used to it because it has a different texture, being aluminum, and almost sometimes feels like nails on a chalkboard to me, but whatever. I gotta admit, I don't know if that's a special name for this pickup. It seems like it's just a standard P bass pickup. But the great thing about this is, if you don't like the pickup, you can spend anywhere from $100 to however much you feel like spending on something to stick in there and replace it. And there's a whole bunch of different options out there of true 50 sounding pickups. So if you don't like the way this one sounds, you can go find one that sounds great. I don't know if this has, I doubt this has the orange drop resistor that everyone likes, but like I said, very, very straightforward. Alder body, maple neck. It's a P bass. Relatively light. This is Fiesta red, a Torino. I'm not sure what color red they call it, but it's meant to be as close to the uh, the red that Torino red, I believe, was the color that was mentioned. Not Fiesta. Fiesta is closer to pinker. But yeah, I mean, you're doing a blues gig, you're doing a gig where people have hung up about what the bass looks like. You bring this, and no one's gonna say a word. Cool, nice, great bass. I got this one strung up with the Dario Chromes because the Dario is my string of choice. I know a lot of people don't like the Darios, but whatever. And flats, you have to have flats on a 50s P bass. That's the whole sound, right? So, and speaking of sound, let's get down to it. See what it sounds like. All right. So, what does the Fender Vintera P bass sound like? Glad you asked. Going through Mesa D350 in the studio here. I'm going into my Mesa 215. You're hearing the direct pre-sound, no amplification, direct injection, so you can hear as close to the natural sound as the bass as possible. So here we are, P bass, pick up all the way. Now it's a humbucker. There's a slight buzz, probably because of the lights and all. So, but anyways, here we go. Yeah, there you go, P bass. All right, let's roll the tone back and do it again. And a tone off all the way. Hey, whatever. So there you go. I mean, pretty straightforward. Really not much to say. I mean, what can I say about bad slapping? Should have warned you first. I know a lot of people hate the slapping. But anyways, Fender, Vintera, precision bass. Yeah, you can get any old precision bass. There's tons of them out there. Really, I mean, they all kind of sound the same. And if you don't like the sound, easy to change. What do you get with this that's different than everything else? You get the vibe. You get the anodized pick guard. You got the big neck. The Player Series, the neck is nothing like this. I played a Player right after playing this originally. Yeah, the nut's a little thinner. The neck is definitely not anywhere near as deep. And you got the vintage tuners. So, like I said, if you're looking for a vibe, if you want to do a traditional blues band or what have you, this is the bass you're going to bring. I'm doing a traditional blues gig. I'm bringing this bass to make it easy. I'll bring another one too, but you know, if someone wants to see a P bass, you gotta have a P bass, and You can't go wrong with this one. Pricing, I don't know what the pricing is on this. I think it's around $1,000, maybe $1,100. The price has been up and down and crazy on Fender basses lately because of the economy and all. You can get these used all day, between $500 and $800 probably. Like I said, you want a 50s vibe, this is the bass. What else can I say? Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, share, get the word out. If you like my content, you can subscribe right up here. I got a playlist of all my bass reviews and another video here for you to check out. And again, thanks for coming by, and rock on.